Hello everybody, my name is Tratnos, and welcome to This Week in Mythic Plus. This week's affixes are Fortified, Spiteful, Grievous, and of course, Prideful. This is a set of the first three affixes that aren't too bad, but actually the combination of Grievous and Prideful is really nasty. It's the kind of thing that, like, when we get to next season and we don't have a Prideful in this spot, it'll probably feel a lot better. But as of right now, that particular combination, particularly if you're trying to go for like high level keys, makes most prideful mobs into really scary fights, especially if you're playing something like that Holy Paladin that often struggles with healing the prides already by itself, right? And so my biggest advice for you this week is go into prides with cooldowns when you have to fight them. Use more cooldowns than you do on most weeks. And if you can, just don't fight the pride at all. There are a lot of prides and a lot of dungeons that can actually be skipped without too much effort or without too much things changing. Some are harder to do than others. The main way that you can skip a pride in a coordinated group is with all 5 people drinking an invisibility potion, basically right as soon as combat drops with the previous pack, or right as the pride is spawning, right? So the pride spawns, and you're running away, and you pop your invis pots all at the same time. It's basically as soon as you can, as soon as the thing lights up. That is complicated by Grievous, so if you want to make that work this week, and it's really complicated by Spiteful, it is still doable, but the timing window becomes much shorter for whoever is being targeted by the last Spiteful Shade. You basically have to make it so that the mob that is spawning Prideful is the last mob to die in the pack. Everybody's nice and out of Grievous range. And then as soon as it dies, your whole group is stacked up and you're running away and you're spamming your invis pot. And if you can do that, it can work, but it is pretty sketchy. However, there are some dungeons where skipping prides is a lot easier than others. So, for instance, Halls of Atonement, it's been pretty well documented at this point that there are several prides that can be pretty easily skipped, such as in this route, any pride you're spawning over here, any pride you're spawning like down here. Usually the way you'd want to do this is to adjust your route so that you get like a shard taken care of, and then you just hop off the edge. You just have all 5 of your group hop off the edge. So move the percentages around a little bit to make it so that you're not like leaving mobs next to the pride that you're then going to have to come back and kill later. But if you can do that, that's a really good way to make Halls of Atonement a bit easier this week. Okay, I have another resource for anybody who is curious about it. Let me pull it up. This was tweeted during beta or something. I guess right before the expansion came out by Jeeth, a healer from Echo. And it is a spreadsheet of the spells that remove a stack of Grievous, because this expansion they made it so that a lot of spells will remove 1 stack of Grievous when they are applied, versus the ones that don't. So there's a lot of inconsistencies here. Some specs have really easy ways to remove stacks from the whole group, like Chain Heal and all of its bounces, and other similar effects like Wild Growth's initial application, or Power Word Radiance. Those sorts of things don't remove the initial stack of Grievous. So depending on what healer you're playing particularly, I would say this is a great resource if you are new to a healing spec and healing some keys this week. Go look through, see if there's any, talents that you might not be taking that are actually, effectively going to clear like a bunch of stacks, so that kind of thing. I'm not a healing scientist, but this is kind of a useful little resource. And even if you're not a healer, this can help you understand why some specs have a harder time with Grievous than others. It's kind of always been true, right? There's been specs historically that have just done really well with Grievous, stuff like Druid that is hop-based healing, where you can spend your healing globals before the person takes damage and therefore get them out of Grievous faster. But this expansion, there's that extra finger on the scale from Blizzard with the hard coding of which effects remove the stack and which ones don't. In particular, I would say Disc is one of the ones where the fact that your Atonement healing and your Power Word Radiance don't remove stacks, and your Halo, all of these AoE healing effects, you're really left without a way to remove stacks except for that old-fashioned way of bringing somebody up above 90% health. So that is a healer that has a much harder time than, say, Shaman, who does have the Chain Heal button to just clear a stack from everybody. However, This week, I would say everybody can make it work, and regardless of which healer you're playing, it's going to be hard on the prideful moments in particular. So do save cooldowns and stuff for those. That's the biggest thing you can do. You know, even though I said Holy Paladin has problems with it, if your Holy Paladin goes into every single one of those with Ashen Hallow available if they're Venthyr, or if they're just playing Kyrian and they can Divine Toll during it, that will go a long way, particularly as the key level, you know, is staying below 20 or whatever. That should be enough to get you over the line. As you start getting the higher key levels, that's when you really need to start throwing your offensive cooldowns as well at prides, and really at any key level. If you've got it up when you're pulling a pride, just send it. It'll make your life a lot easier, and this week you don't really need it for whatever happens after the pride. Okay, that's some stuff for the week. Good luck out there. It's not an impossible week to play keys, but it will certainly feel easier when Prideful is gone, because, of course, Spiteful and Grievous are both affixes that... Spiteful makes it harder to skip Prideful, Grievous makes it harder to do Prideful, so it is really the Prideful week. This is the week where Prideful is amped up as much as it possibly can be. If you can take care of that, it's not like the affixes don't function on the other pulls, but that is actually where a lot of the pressure is in these dungeons. Good luck out there. Yeah, I said that already. Check out my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Dratnos. Thanks everybody for watching. You can download the routes, by the way, if you're interested in them. They're in the description below. I might change the Halls of Atonement one to let you jump off easily as well for 2 of the prides in here. So that might be updated on there as well. So anyways, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.